Okay, so we are welcoming Debbie Gioquindo to our show this morning. She got up bright and early to join us, so we thank her very much. And we're going to give our listeners a little bit of your bio. You've been with us now. This is your third visit.
But every time it seems to get longer and longer.
It does.
I don't know what.
It does.
I gotta stop here.
She is also known as the Hudson Valley Wine Goddess. She's a certified wine specialist who's made it her goal to take the intimidation out of wine. She was voted 38th in the world of wine bloggers. She's on Facebook, known as the Hudson Valley Wine Goddess, and Twitter and Instagram as HV Wine Goddess.
We'll go
promoting
over that stuff
wine.
later.
She's been called a true apostle for the wine of the Hudson Valley. Wine is in her DNA. Her family. We were talking about DNA today. I'm sorry, that's not you. It's us. Her family of wine merchants dates back to the 1700s in Hungary. She is the author of Tapping the Hudson Valley, Wineries, Breweries, Distilleries, and Cideries, the definitive guide to the Hudson Valley food and drink. Debbie, her husband Paul, and Chef Gus have a new venture.
All right, ready? Here we go. What are you doing, Deb?
We opened a restaurant in Stone Harbor. It's called Kitchen 330. It's on 330 96th Street. And it's really a dream come true for Gus, who is an accomplished chef, who is also related to my husband. And this property presented itself in October. And Gus came to us and said, how would you guys like to go into the restaurant business? And I was like, okay, what else do we have to do?
not doing anything this week?
That's right. So why not? So we opened March 30th, and it's been received very well. I mean, Gus is I have to say, and I'm not saying this because he's related, but he's a really talented chef.
He is.
And
we agree.
And the only way I got to taste his food, or Paul and I, was to eat at a restaurant where he was the executive chef at. So, he's just really talented, and this is a place where he can actually showcase what he does. And every week there's something new now coming on the menu. There's specials, and he's really getting into his groove, and you just never know what you're going to find.
Yes. Well, we've eaten there twice so far.
We have.
We were there for the soft opening.
Yes, thank you.
Put us in the window.
That's
and we
right.
were a great magnet for people. People were slamming on their brakes, really, and running in and grabbing the menu because they saw that you were opening.
Yeah.
So Kitchen 330, which is the address.
It is the address.
And it's in Stone Harbor. As you come into town.
Right over the bridge on the left.
On the left. If you hit Fred's Liquor Store, you missed it.
That's right. Got to go back.
Opening a restaurant was something that was always something in the back of my mind. I said, a restaurant. And I tell you, dining at restaurants is not like running a restaurant.
No.
And I've chickened out, so I really have to applaud you.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely no idea. But, I look at it a little bit like the wine industry. It's very similar, except, there's no foods, involved. And it's, it's hospitality.
Okay. I just want to remind everybody that you are listening to WCFA LP, Cape May 101.5, Engaging Radio.
We are. Okay. We're engaging.
We're engaged.
Can I have mine?
Sure.
Thanks for joining us, Lower Township and everyone else. We are Engaging Radio, WCFA 101.5 FM on your radio and streaming at capemayradio.org.
Could you put the mic or pull the mic a little closer? Okay.
How's that?
Debbie sounds great.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Don't make
falling.
her move it.
Okay.
That mic is hot.
Okay.
I took my hands off it.
I pushed your. Well, never mind. Nobody wants.
I don't
to
need
hear
to know
about
the technical
that.
things.
Nobody wants.
I didn't know about that growing up, so I don't need to know about it now.
So tell me, what did you learn that was the surprise?
What did I learn that it was a surprise? just the whole actually aspect of the whole food ordering and preparation and what goes on. Like when you're served a dish and you think, oh, that looks simple, I'm going to try and do that at home. But do you know that there might be like 10 to 15 different things, pieces of that dish that it takes to put together? Just something as simple as a salad is actually can be extremely complicated. And when that's presented to you and you're devouring it and you're saying how good it is, it might have taken 10 to 15 minutes just to put that one little salad together with all the different components that are
Marie
in
and
it.
I have eaten all around the world, and we always appreciate complex flavors where there's a level of flavors. It's just not one note. And he's got that down on just about every dish we've had there, even the salad.
Right.
There's a and that shows a real serious understanding of, the food and taste and process.
Yeah.
So we are big fans.
Right. I mean, we don't go out for dinner a lot. It's usually just about once a week, maybe depending on the week. Sometimes it's a little more, but most weeks it's just once a week. But I never want to go out for a dinner that I could make myself at home.
Right.
I mean, to go out and,
Yeah, I always order something that I know I can't cook.
Right.
Right.
Like I'm horrible at cooking pork. So if there's something that's enticing me that looks good, that's pork on the menu, that's what I'm eating because I can never cook that right. It's usually shoe leather.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But Gus cooks a mean tomahawk Duroc pork chop.
Right. You must not be Italian because Italians know how to cook.
No. No, I'm not Italian. Just by marriage.
Yes, that's one of the things we do well.
And Paul is actively involved in this whole thing too.
He
right? We saw
is.
him running around there.
He is. And he's actually doing some cooking in the back.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I told him that, if this thing, takes on, that maybe he could retire from his day job.
And go cook.
Venture on a new career.
Does he cook? I mean, does he cook at home?
He cooks at home, yes.
Oh, okay. I mean,
we share the cooking. We cook together. Actually, it's kind of enjoyable, over a bottle of wine.
I'm very jealous because at our house, I cook and Ed cleans up.
Oh, that's not bad.
Sometimes
She thinks it's bad.
I think it's bad. I appreciate the fact that he cleans up, but sometimes he's so busy doing stuff that I have to clean up for myself.
What?
That happens.
When did that happen? Oh,
2 or 3
please.
times this week.
Can we stay focused on that?
She's keeping a scorecard there, Ed.
I am.
Can we stay focused on
But
that?
I'm really,
checking it twice.
I'm really kind of proud of how everything has turned out. I really wasn't sure what to expect. And it's just really taken on a life of its own. And, I work the front of the house. I enjoy that. That's definitely my personality. And Gus takes care of the back. And his passion is shown through his food. If you sit there and you ask him, is this your passion? He shows his passion through his food. And it's totally, totally seen.
Now, right now, you're just open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for brunch?
Right. We do brunch on Sundays, no dinner service, and we're open Friday and Saturday for dinner. And as the season picks up, we will add more days to, and then come July, it'll be 7 days, July and August.
And reservations are taken?
Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Last
Bring
week
your
we
own
sold
bottle.
out. Yes, it's BYO, which at first I was like, oh my gosh, that's killing me as a wine educator. But you know what? That's okay because me personally, around in this area, I prefer to bring my own wine, even though I would have a killer wine list. And I talk to people about the different wines that they have if they ask. So it's nice. And we will have wine dinners because I did find a way to have them. There is a way to have them as the alcohol portion has to be paid through.
So the Hudson Valley Wine Goddess
That's right.
will be curating
That's right.
a wine dinner.
We'll have 4 of them in the fall.
Wow.
Baby.
We'll be there.
We'll have
We'll be
the
there for
first
that.
one actually is going to be Fetzer Brands. We're going to do Bontero wine, which is organic wine.
I was going to say they're organic.
Yeah,
aren't they?
they're organic. And then we're going to have a little bit of Hudson Valley coming.
All right.
We're going to do Millbrook Winery in October.
Great.
And I'm not sure about what's going on in November. We might do Arrogant Frog or Côte Mas, which is from the Languedoc region of France. And then I want to do a Sparkling Wines of the World for December.
Ooh,
Oh,
baby. Now we're talking. Now, once the season is full blown, what's the schedule going to be? Like Tuesday to...
Probably Monday through Saturday for dinner from 5
Monday also.
5
okay.
to 9. Yeah, 5 to 9. We might extend the hours maybe to 9:30, 10. We'll have to see what happens. And Sunday brunch.
yeah. You don't have to extend the hours for us.
Kitchen.
But I know there are people
But
who
what
like
about
to.
Yeah,
what about
people
Denise
like-
and Scott?
Yeah, Denise and Scott might
Denise
have
and
a
Scott might be night owls. Who
totally
knows?
different life.
So Kitchen 330 is the actual 330 is the address. The number.
330 96th Street, yeah,
Yes.
is the address.
And 96th Street is the one that comes in.
Comes right into town. You go over the bridge, come right in. We're right on the left.
Great.
Start looking for parking.
Yes, yes. It's not that bad this time of the year though.
No, but it's getting
It-
pretty
it
crowded
will.
in town.
It will
Actually,
get.
it's getting pretty crowded in town
Yeah, already.
already. Yeah, if the weather clears up like it's supposed to, I think everyone will start to be happy and start to go out and come down.
So he will have a certain amount of. There's a basic menu, right? That's on the big board and printed, and
Right.
then there'll be specials.
Right.
No,
So
well-
the reason why our menu is on a blackboard is because it can ever be changed. So right now, it's pretty much what it is, and we'll have specials. Like this week's special, this weekend, he made a tomato soup with goat cheese, and they're going to make little brie grilled cheese croutons for it.
Oh,
And he has a ribeye special for dinner. And as the next couple weeks, you might see things coming off the menu and new things coming on. And that's why it's on a chalkboard, because he doesn't like to be. He likes to have things change according
So
to the
I
seasons.
can envision calling you up, right? Finding out what the special is, and then saying, and by the way, recommend the wine.
That's right. Actually,
you could
I am doing that. I did some photo shoots last week of some wine pairings that I'm going to put up. So, like with our duck, I would say a Pinot Noir would be a great pairing for it, and even a rosé would be nice. But also with the pork, and so I'm going to try and incorporate wine tastings and pictures and videos, so people might maybe think out of the box or change your mind on, okay, I think I want this, and let's go get this wine to bring because Debbie said that this type of wine would be a good pairing.
Now you have a liquor store right down the street. If somebody
Yes.
gets there,
And they forget, they could just go right on over to Fred's.
Fred's.
Yeah,
'Cause he has
Fred's
I
liquor.
haven't been in there. How is his selection? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, he's got some nice wines.
Great. And seatings? How
Seatings.
many,
We seat, we'll be able to seat about 42 people. Mm-hmm. And we also are available for private events. You can have 20, 40, or the whole restaurant. The way the restaurant is you walk in and there's a downstairs, and then you walk up a couple steps and there's an upstairs. And the downstairs seats about 18, the upstairs seats probably about 24. We're open to hosting private events, especially on the days that we're not open. Those days work out really well for us because you can have the whole restaurant. As opposed to on days that we're open where we would have to figure out the upper or lower.
wow.
And all the private events would be totally catered to you as far as a menu goes. So we don't have a menu and you pick one from column A, one from column B. It's totally designed for you and your party.
Do you think that you're going to be open year round? Is that in the cards?
We're not going to be open year round. We will be open through New Year's Eve, and we'll close January, February, March.
Okay.
Give us some time off our feet, be able to regroup.
Yes, you have like a stairmaster there, right, to go up to the
Yeah.
second floor, and the food comes down from
From
up there.
upstairs.
That's where the
That's I don't serve. I would definitely I trip over my own 2 feet, but I do help. But yeah,
Yeah, I would. If I were a waitress there, I think I would need to be on the upper level,
right where the kitchen is.
like Like this.
Yeah.
They take turns.
Yeah.
Okay, well, nobody could see us, so my gestures are not going across the air.
It's a
Okay.
good thing.
I wasn't making bad gestures.
Can we take a break?
Sure, I could listen to a little music.
This is in honor of the sparkling wine
Okay.
dinner that you're going to be preparing for December.
Okay.
Lawrence Welk. Bubbles in my wine.
Okay, well, he's not my favorite, but
Let's
I guess
not
it
go into
was.
that.
I guess
No
it was
Barry Manilow, huh?
I guess he was appropriate.
He's no Barry Manilow. They both play the accordion occasionally.
So while we were chatting during Lawrence Welk, we found out that Kitchen 330 is going to be sourcing from local farms, which is very exciting.
Yeah, we are. It's something that's really important to us, to try and source vegetables and things locally. And so Gus actually grew up on a farm in Pennsylvania, in Bucks County. So, and his father, I wish he was here to say what his father does because it's way over my pay grade, has something to do with plants. He's got like a PhD in like growing vegetables and stuff like that.
Like a botanist.
Yeah, worked somewhere down in North Carolina for, I can't even remember the name of the company. But anyway, so stuff like that is important to all of us. And so we have talked with No Frills Farm Market, and they're going to supply us with some vegetables and stuff during the course of the season. And if there's any other farm markets locally in the area, we are really open to having fresh local produce in our restaurants, so they can contact us.
Right.
If they'll be able to supply enough. I mean, we're only in a 40-seat restaurant, 42-seat restaurant, so it's not like it's, we're cooking 500 meals a day.
Right.
But, we need also consistency as well, so.
Which is sometimes hard, but we're thrilled that you're supporting local farmers.
Yeah, but also the way,
that's dear to my heart.
Also the way in which our menu is, we have the ability to change.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not set in stone. We have the ability to change with what is coming in.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
So he was on the farm as a boy.
Yes, he was.
Cool.
Yes, he was.
How did he get into the cooking?
He started cooking at a very young age. His mom was ill throughout his entire life, and so he had to learn to cook. And it was just something, he'd go out to the farm and get some eggs, stand on an upside down milk crate and cook himself breakfast. So he learned from a young age, and it was just something he, seemed to have a passion for, and continued on, as an adult. And as an adult, getting, his formal training is through the kitchens, through the chefs that he's worked with, and he's worked with some pretty amazing people. He's worked at the Raven in New Hope, and then from there he went down to Atlantic City, was a chef at Morton's. Then Bobby Flay came and hired him out of Morton's to Bobby Flay Steak as the executive sous chef.
Great.
And then he and the general manager at Bobby Flay's went to Texas, and they opened up a restaurant in Texas together. And then he came back here and worked for, oh gosh, my mind's drawing a blank. All I know is
Coles?
no. Yeah, it
Mm.
was New York City. It's on 3rd Avenue.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
east side, but they had a place in Cherry Hill. They had a concept restaurant in Cherry Hill, and he was the executive chef there. And it will come to me. And
Okay, I don't.
yeah, then
It's not coming to me either.
and then he came down here and worked for 5 years as an executive chef for Marina Coles until this opportunity presented itself, which is really what he's always wanted to do, was own a nice small boutique restaurant in this area, because this area is an area that he calls home. Both my father-in-law and Gus's grandfather were brothers, and they both have houses up the road from each other in Townbank. And so both my husband as well as Gus, they grew up coming down here, hence why we're all down here now. And so this was a place that Gus always felt like home and where he wanted to, give back. And this is, his way of doing it.
Very nice.
Our listeners
Yes.
can be part of your venture.
Absolutely.
All I have to do is call and get a reservation.
Yes, we're on Open Table. We are on Open Table, so
Open Table also? Great.
They can make the reservation through Open Table, or they can call the restaurant and they'll get me, and I will take care of them.
Great wine selections.
I will.
At,
that's right.
At reasonable prices.
That's right. Hey, you know what? You don't have to have the price of the wine. Does not dictate how good the wine is. So
that is true with so much in life.
Yes.
Now the other thing you do is the competition.
The wine competition.
You're still going to be able to do both?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'll be gone in September for a couple days. For the weekend after Labor Day is when my wine competition is. So I'll probably head up there. I usually head up on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And
what year are you at now with that?
Oh my gosh, I've been doing that since like 2008. It's 10 years for me that I've been running it. That I've been running this wine competition. And I was helping out at it 2 years prior to that.
So you personally are in your 10th big year of running the Hudson Valley wine competition.
Yeah. And I have a great group of judges, and I have a great backroom staff I've really cultivated. So we have a good time doing it.
And if people want to follow you, lots of things.
Yes, they can follow Kitchen 330. They can follow Kitchen 330 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Just Kitchen 330.
Kitchen 330 Instagram. We're Kitchen 330 Stone Harbor. But everywhere else we're Kitchen 330. And me personally, you can follow as Hudson Valley Wine Goddess. I'm on Facebook. I'm HV Wine Goddess on Twitter and Instagram. And I also have a big YouTube channel. And the third Monday of a month, I host a wine education program called Winefabet Street online with Lori from Dristina Wines, and we go down the alphabet with a different grape or a grape region or something that has to do with wine. And every month it's a different letter, and we go into the history, the characteristics, food pairings, facts about whatever it is. Like April is Lambrusco.
Okay. Now, when you came in, you were recording.
I was.
Where is that going to be?
It's on Instagram. It was Instagram Live.
It's on. So once I
saved it, so I do have the video.
Okay.
So Denise and Scott, we're on Instagram.
Okay.
Our alter egos.
I don't do Instagram. Ed keeps telling me I need to do that, but
yeah, he's
got like 3 followers on Instagram. It's like, how do you pick up all new followers?
Well, you have to post.
You post different stuff, and it's the hashtags. People follow hashtags. Mm-hmm. So they'll follow a hashtag and they'll see you.
Yeah, in case we didn't say it this time, but I know we said it last time, that Debbie has a real mastery of how to utilize social media.
I do. And it's marketing is the day job. So. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should have been at our house last night when Ed was doing all the postings to Facebook for today.
Ed, you can schedule that stuff.
Well, he was.
Okay.
He was. But
by the way, did you see if you're
cursing a lot?
Did you see if your recipe posted?
My recipe posted
with the picture.
What's it a recipe for?
Well, I did a recipe for something called. No, it did not post. They're baked coconut balls, so it's a cookie. It's cookie, and I didn't want to have a whole bunch of cookies hanging around the house, so we had a station management meeting at our house on Tuesday.
Yes.
So I baked them, and I said, "Well, I got people who will eat them for me, make them go away." They're gluten free if you care about that. So they kind of suggested them for Passover, because there's no flour in them. and it's almost 100% flaked coconut, unsweetened, mixed with a little bit of jam
Okay.
and some egg yolks. Form them into a ball, bake them, and then dip them into jam and sprinkle nuts on the top.
Ooh, sounds nice.
And they were really good, really good, nice and flaky. And yeah,
So did you get rid of all of them, or are you still picking at them?
there's none left. They were a big hit with the station management groups.
Yes,
which was
as
a
they
good
were leaving,
thing.
people were popping them in their mouth. From,
It was good. It was good.
Thanks for
It was
hosting.
good. That's what we wanted to happen. So that was a good thing. Okay. It did post on the Marie and Ed Facebook page.
And you get to see the cookies.
Well,
oh, baby.
They look good. Yeah, they look good.
If you have a nut allergy, forget about it. This is not.
Well, no.
Oh, you made one
I could
without
use
nuts.
one. I haven't had breakfast yet.
Ah,
They're gone. They've been gone for days.
don't leave food. Don't leave food in front of the WCFA management.
Oh, come on. Oh,
So,
my.
we're winding down here, Marie. You got
Yes.
a few more minutes. We need to get people set straight on Kitchen 330.
Okay, what you need to do is go to kitchen330.com and you can get all the information. You can look at a menu, you can look at hours, and it's a way to contact them. And so if you want to give it a try, that's the way
And
to
info
do it.
at kitchen330.com
Well,
is
that's
the web.
Is the email
Oh,
address.
it's the email address. Okay. So info at kitchen330.com if you want to email, and kitchen330.com to look at the webpage, see the menu.
See the menu, learn about the three of us,
Mm-hmm.
and anything else you want to know.
Excellent.
Very
So.
good.
Well, thank you so much for having me
Oh,
here.
thank you for
always
coming.
fun.
I
Debbie.
love coming on here. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing you
Thank
guys
you.
don't know about Debbie is she's got a history in radio, too. Not only do you have DNA with
Wine,
a
yeah.
history of wine that goes back to the 1700s, but also your father had a radio station.
Yeah, I owned a radio station for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Up in New York State.
Up in Poughkeepsie. He had 2 in Poughkeepsie, 2 in Binghamton, and 1 in Portland, Maine.
So were you ever on the air as a young lady?
I was not on the air, but I did manage the radio stations and stuff for him. And
Well, we
did
can
sales.
vouch that it's not what all it's cracked up to be, isn't it?
I was on the radio every now and then.
Uh-huh.
Usually, if I walked in and the DJ was on, no. But no. But I grew up in radio, so I enjoy it. It's changed throughout the years, but it's still fun. And the people that I worked with throughout the years, we all still stay in
Now,
touch.
we are a powerful radio show. I know you don't realize
I-
it. Last week, we talked about the Food Explorer,
Okay.
this book about this guy, this explorer botanist that brought all this food to America, the mango, the avocado.
Oh, wow.
He personally, with his troops.
A lot of citrus, too.
Wow.
You know, Florida is not citrus capital. It was brought in.
Interesting.
And what happened? Amazon
Yes.
goes to #1. The book.
Good
I'm
for
taking
him.
credit.
You're taking everybody that was listening to your show went on Amazon and purchased that
bought a dozen
book.
copies.
Got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh, boy.
So Debbie, thanks so much for
Thank you for
coming in
coming.
here.
Well, thank you for
appreciate it.
inviting me.
Okay, Maria,
You're going to have to come up with some new something
For next year?
next year in, April, May.
Okay.
We'll see.
So,